a real eyes. But anyways, the fire from within, it's basically, I just wanted to state that it covers exactly what's been discussed here tonight. And for any of the listeners out there, I'd just like to say that if they're into it, and maybe Art yourself, if you dig that, if you're digging what Terence is saying tonight, that maybe you should read that book.
Maybe I should read that book?
Yeah.
So, Terence, you've not read the book?
Not that particular one. I read the early Castaneda things.
What do you think about it?
Well, I think that he, in the earlier ones, he was truer in his description of the methods. In other words, I think that any claim to be able to penetrate these places regularly and effectively that isn't psychedelically based, in other words, that doesn't involve alteration of consciousness, has to be looked at very carefully. And what goes on in those Castaneda books is he starts out talking about datura and peyote and this and that, but then in the later books it becomes more about these techniques and quasi-yogic stuff.
But why is it? Well, yeah, but wait a minute. I have a question. Why is it not possible, Terence, that once one is introduced through the chemical method to these alternative realities, that one eventually may not discern a path without their use?
Well, in principle, it's possible. It's just simply in a lifetime of looking into this, I've never seen it in a convincing form. And a point that needs to be made here is a psychedelic experience is not like meditation. It's not like anything else. Meditation is pretty, nobody goes to the ashram in the morning with their knees beating together in terror over what's about to overcome them. On the other hand, DMT test pilots are dry-mouthed and white-knuckled. This is the real thing, folks.
He says it becomes a matter of saving and rechanneling energy.
Well, if you can do it without the plant ally, I take my hat off to you. If I found it happening to me, not in the presence of the ally, I would be extremely agitated and upset. I don't want to be able to achieve these states on the natch. They're too titanically alien and strange.
Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. In other words, you are suggesting that that you are very, very comfortable with the chemical avenue because to have it otherwise would be so disconcerting as to possible. I'm not sure, Terence, but it may bother me that I understand you so well.
I thought it might. I thought you and I were kindred souls when I looked at your book about the quickening. Art, I think anybody who is stretching into this stuff comes to the same conclusion, that things are moving faster and faster in a very bizarre direction.
I agree. Terence, can you stick around for one more?
Yeah, one more.
Good. One more it is then. Terence McKenna's here. It's a rare opportunity for you, truly a rare opportunity. So I would suggest that you go to your telephone and join us if you are able. If not, and you would like to get a copy of this program, you can do so beginning now. It'll be a, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 hour program by calling 1-800-917-4278. It'll take some re-listening. That's 1-800-917-4278. From the high desert, this is CBC.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I want to ask you a couple questions. Do you think the reason why people generally, like remote viewers, for instance, lose credibility is because, like psychics, they have a distasteful track record and don't predict stuff like the Oklahoma bombing or a bank robbery before it happens? And do you think that time machines can be, the possibility of the future of time machines might have something to do with something that's very normal in nature, such as extreme shockwave technology and just normal physical things that happen generally and the mainstream physics that will create synthetic time travel reality?
Well, I don't know from what direction time travel is going to come. It used to be completely unrespectable to discuss it in the scientific literature, and if you run literature searches now, you'll see over the past 10 years this has gone from unmentionable to quite respectable.
Right.
There's a book called Time Travel in Physics and Science Fiction by Nabum that will definitely bring you up to speed on the many, many approaches to time travel. It's been known since 1948. There was a paper by Kurt Gödel with a scheme for time travel that would work. It simply requires that you spin a cylinder half the size of the solar system at the speed of light.
Yes.
But everybody agrees if you could do that and then travel along its transverse axis, you would be moved backward into time. So in the way we started out with vacuum tubes and now go to the Pentium, we have now very rude Goldberg approaches to time travel, but I'm sure by 2012 we will have brought this to a kind of perfection.
And do you suspect, Terence, that time travel will manifest itself from the physical, from physics, or that time travel will be manifested from within?
I think we're going to find a way basically to obliterate the difference. It's only been 500 years since some Europeans sailed over the horizon and found the lost half of this planet.
That's right.
And I think the human imagination is as solid as the real estate you're standing on, Art, and that when this is understood, there will be a kind of migration into the human imagination, and that this is, time travel, space flight, immortality. We have these terms for these things, but what is really coming is going to be all this and more. Our way of talking about it is inevitably incredibly quaint because we talk about it inside the very culture it's going to make obsolete.
It sure would do that. Terence, a lighter question. This comes from my wife at the beginning of the program. She knew that you were the one to follow on in Timothy Leary's footsteps, and so she thought she would ask you. It is rumored, or it is perhaps a legend, that Timothy had squirreled away like a treasure trove at some secret location 25,000 hits of Blue Sandos. Where is it? Do you know where it is?
My goodness, Art, your wife follows these things very closely. Where is the Blue Sandos?
Yeah, that's right. Where's the X mark on the map? Have you got the map?
Well, my lips are sealed. When they open the tombs on Cydonia, I'll issue a press statement.
All right, we'll leave it right there. West of the Rockies, you're on the air with Terence McKenna. Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Where are you, sir?
I am in San Francisco. My name is Ryan.
All right, Ryan.
It is great to talk to both of you. I am of the belief that there are two types of people in the world, basically, like people who have had psychedelic experiences, people who haven't, and the vast difference in their ways of thinking once they have had a psychedelic experience.
That's why it's illegal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is the direction? I wanted to ask Terence that he sees this state now where it is illegal and why it is keeping, I think, our civilization down to its dreadful state. I think that, if it could be, like through mass awareness somehow, I just wish it could be legal so people, I think, could go to the next level that we are, coming to so fast with things speeding up. I mean, everybody feels it, I believe, everybody that I know.
Did you say next level?
Yes.
You're calling from San Francisco, not Rancho Santa Fe, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
let me say this. I mean, I'm a bit of a pessimist on this subject because I take psychedelics so seriously. I can't imagine them ever being really legal unless there's a total social transformation, because my analysis of it is the reason everybody from a Marxist state to a Christian oligarchy to a high-tech industrial democracy can get